Beatles tune. I'm guessing you might be able to recognize that. I don't know. It depends on if you really know a lot of the Beatles songs. That was "I Don't Want to Spoil the Party," and I don't want to spoil the party because the party should never, never, ever, ever end, ever, 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 never. You didn't hear anything. Anyway, this is kind of a fun song to play. It's kind of a sad song, and it's a really good song either way. I mean, it's a Beatles song. They're all good songs. So I'm gonna teach you how to play this. When I started out, I just started out on the verses. There's a little intro to do it that I will teach you. I'm not sure if I can do it very well, but I will do my best to explain it to you. So let me get into our little teaching distance here. Close enough. Okay. So the intro is going to start out on a generic G chord. And in the song they do a little they kind of walk this bass line here, and then it goes from that to open, I think. Yeah. And it's just kind of a, from that it goes to a G7, which played open is just like this. Not these two bottoms, or the top two strings, the E and A. That's G7, so it's one full measure of G, 4 beats, and then G7. That's for 2 beats, and then you also have an E minor. And this E minor is a little different. It's your first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then your pinky on the 3rd fret of the E. So it kind of, it does follow that bass line, and then into a D minor, or a D7 suspended, for 2 full measures. So it's G for a measure, G7 for 2 beats, half a measure, E minor for half a measure, 2 beats, and then D7 suspended 4. And that is, go away dog, that is basically, it's kind of like a D minor chord except a little reverse. Your D7 chord, of course, is your 2nd finger on this E string, your index, or your 2nd fret, ring finger on the E string, 1st fret, index on the B string, and then middle finger on the G string, 2nd fret. That's a D7. Now D7 suspended 4 is you keep your middle and your index fingers, but you put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string. And that's for 2 full measures. So it'll go D, G, G7, E minor, that G7, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then that for 2 measures. And then it'll go to regular D7 for 2 measures, and then G. For 2 measures. That's your intro. Intro is, and then that's your intro. Hopefully I didn't speed too far through that. It's kind of a long song, but I would hope that I can get through it all in one part. I don't want to have to make 2-part videos for this, but anyway, after that part, it's really a pretty straightforward song. Basically, you've got your G chord as the main thing. You can do it without your index finger getting involved, or you can put your ring finger on that 3rd fret of the B and get the full all 4 fingers on it. It doesn't matter which one, but I just use this one for speed purposes later on, and it might help you too as well. So first it starts out, I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll go. And that whole line is just straight G. I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll go. I would hate my disappointment to D7, index, ring, middle, 1st, 2nd, 2nd. Now this E minor is a normal E minor, and it's the 2nd fret of the A and D strings. There's nothing, you strum that one, he says nothing. There's nothing for me here. You switch to a B7, and that is pinky on the 2nd fret of the high D. B string is going to be open. Ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G. Index on the 1st fret of the D, and middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A. And don't strum the low E. You can mute it if you want. So there's nothing for me here. A minor, index, ring, middle, here. There's nothing for me here, so I will disappear. D chord. You strum that D right after, or right at the end of disappear. If she turns up while I'm gone, you're going to go to an F add 9, which is basically, I just bar this whole 1st fret, just like you would to play an F chord, but instead of doing that, all you have to do is keep your pinky finger here on the 3rd fret. It'll be kind of like an anchor for you, and you can do it like this if you want. And that's kind of like a C chord. Move these 2 fingers up and then put your pinky on this 3rd fret of the E. But what I do is I just go the way I learned G, and then bar this whole 1st fret, 3rd fret, B is going to be that 1st fret on the bar, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G. The D string is going to be 1st fret on that bar, and then and then your ring finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then the E string is just going to be barred. And that's only going to be a short. So it's just a real quick. If she turns up while I'm gone, please let me know. Sorry if I'm offbeat or anything. I'm not real good at singing while playing yet, especially on songs like this. I don't play it too often, but I do play it sometimes. But yeah, those are just a few ways to do that. F add 9. If you can bar that whole fret, it's a better sound, I think, because you get those top 2 strings in. Anyway, so that's pretty much the whole 1st verse. If she turns up while I'm gone, please let me know. That's the end of it. And then it goes into I had a drink or two and I don't care. There's no fun in what I do when she's not there. So it's basically just G for like 3 measures. Basically 6 measures of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I learned just going to straight D, but you can do D7 or D. It really doesn't matter. They're similar enough where they're interchangeable. But that's the whole first verse there. G 6 measures, then D for a couple measures. And if you listen to the song and play along with it, you can understand it a lot better, and it'll make sense to you. But D7, and then it'll go E minor, B7. You can also do B7 like you would a B chord, except kind of your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D and your pinky on the 4th fret of the B. If you like doing bar chords better than open chords. So I'll disappear. She turns up while I'm gone. Let me know. I've had a drink or two. I don't care. Wonder what went wrong. I played it far too long. I think I'll take a walk. And then we get to the bridge. Though tonight she's made me sad. And that's, imagine this, G. Tonight she's made me sad. E minor, I, still, A, still, C, love her. If I find her, I'll be glad. I still love her. So that bridge is just G for however many measures. That first line, though tonight she's made me sad. E minor, I, A, still, love, C, D7, her. If I find her, I'll be glad. I still love her. I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll go back into the verses. And it goes the intro, verse, verse, bridge, verse, solo, bridge, verse, and then a little outro deal, which is basically the same thing as the solo, but you can repeat it if you want to. It doesn't matter. If you've got an extra solo at the end, you have someone you're showing off or whatever. But the solo is the same thing as the verse. You just play those chords. While that goes on, that's the solo kind of. But I'll get to that in a different video if I ever choose to go back and show how to do these things. But right now, just sticking with the chords, and that's about all I have for you on this song. Again, the verse is G for 6 measures, D7 when it says, I would hate my disappointment to show. There's nothing for me here. B7, remember that. 2, 1, 2, open 2. So A minor, this D, here, D. If she turns up while I'm gone, please let me know. If if you're not good with the bar chords with that, if she turns up while I'm gone, I would just suggest doing that kind of like an open F chord, but then with that pinky added in. And then you just have to release your index and then move your fingers over it, and you're back to a G chord, which is your next chord after that. So that's your verses. Again, your bridge is, though tonight she's made me sad, I still love her. If I G, A minor, A, C, D7, back to the verses. And that's all there is to it, really. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is a really nice song, and it's really got a good meaning, especially if you're going through some sort of heartache or whatever. Forget being sentimental. Anyway, yeah, if you like the videos, if you like what I'm doing here, if you appreciate it, or even if you just think I did a horrible job, let me know what you think. Hit me up with a message, email me, leave me a comment, like the videos, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll knock one more video out today. I don't know. I'm debating on it, but this is like my 3rd or 4th video for Beatles Week. Yay, Beatles Week. And I think I'm going to try and do 2 videos a day for a whole week for Beatles Week. And then I've got, I don't show you guys this, but I've got this chord book that I bought, and it's pretty thick. So there's no way just 2 songs a whole week is going to cover every song that I want to cover. So this Beatles Week will probably only be like around 1. I'll probably have a different Beatles Week eventually after I get some requests coming in, and if I get real busy with that. But if not, the next Beatles Week will probably be really soon too. I think that's it. I hope my time isn't over. Anyway, yeah, just like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I will see you for the next Beatles Week song.